An island off an island, one of the four corners of the world. It feels like you're standing at the edge of the earth on Fogo Island. Fogo Island is a remote community off the northeast shores of Newfoundland. At the heart of it all stands the Fogo Island Inn, an architectural marvel in the center of the island's revitalization efforts. I stayed at the Fogo Island Inn for 2 nights. Not only is Fogo Island an incredible place, but the inn is one of the best hotels in the world. It was recently awarded 3 Michelin Keys, which is a top distinction for a hotel. I've just checked in at the Fogo Island Inn, room number 11, so come along with me as I give you a tour. I stayed in one of the Labrador rooms on the 3rd floor. This room is a perfect combination of traditional comforts and modern hospitality. The massive floor-to-ceiling windows offer a glimpse of the rooftop rock installations as well as sweeping ocean views. They've thought of every little detail here. For instance, a pair of binoculars comes with each room. Be on the lookout for whales off in the distance. Every room has its own custom-designed wallpaper inspired by the island. No 2 rooms are decorated the same. All of the furniture is handcrafted on Fogo Island. Each quilt on the bed is lovingly handmade by an islander. Flip over the bottom corner of the quilt and you'll see the maker's name stitched into it. Now let's talk about the bathroom. My room has a walk-in shower with both a handheld and rain shower head. My favorite part of the bathroom was the Japanese toilet. There's a remote control to open and close the lid, heat the seat, control a water spray, and a fan for drying. It's the ultimate luxury item that I wish I had at home. There's also a bit of bread and butter as a snack for when you check in. The staff really went above and beyond to provide vegan options for me, which was even more evident during lunch. The main dining room is one of the most beautiful and dramatic spaces at the Fogo Island Inn. There are huge windows that are perfect for admiring the scenery as you dine. Depending on the time of year, you might spot some whales or perhaps an iceberg drifting by. The meals are created from locally sourced ingredients depending on what's in season. They aim for 80% of the ingredients to come from Fogo Island, whether it's foraged items, locally grown ingredients, or things that are canned and pickled on site. As someone who follows a vegan diet, I was so impressed by my meals. Not only did the Fogo Island Inn provide vegan options, but they printed out a whole separate menu for each meal with vegan dishes just for me. Every lunch and supper begins with bread and butter, a broth, and something pickled. We spent the afternoon taking a tour. All of the tours and activities are complimentary and you can take as many as you like. I hopped aboard the MV Island Explorer with Captain Tony and his crew, embarking on a half-day sailing to Little Fogo Islands. We drifted out to sea from the Fogo Island Inn towards the Little Fogo Islands. Captain Tony navigated around the islands so we could catch glimpses of seabirds, whales, and puffins. Our boat stopped on one of the islands so we could explore this abandoned fishing community.
Our boat is stopped at Little Fogo Island and it's absolutely stunning here. Just all the small structures that are here, the brilliant views of the water behind me. It's just gorgeous.
We wandered around the island for about a half hour, marveling at this beautiful place. While no one lives on the island, some Fogo Island residents maintain some of the little colorful fishing huts for their own personal use. There's also an old Roman Catholic church on the island that's lovingly maintained. Built in 1867, St. Anne's Church still has a service once per year, and you're welcome to visit on your own anytime. On the way back, Captain Tony serenaded us with a traditional tune.
I'm a Newfoundlander, born and bred, and I'll be one till I die. I'm proud to be an islander, and here's the reason why. I'm free as the wind, and the waves that wash the sand. There's no place I would rather be
than here in
Newfoundland. Hey-ho!
Mornings at the Fogo Island Inn always start off right. Early in the morning, a staff member places a daybreak basket outside of your door. This is a cute wooden box that comes with coffee or tea plus a baked good. You can choose whether you'd like to have breakfast in the dining room or breakfast in your room. I always chose to have breakfast in bed. A staff member delivered a fully vegan menu to my room in the morning. Then I called down to the dining room to place my order. Today I had pancakes with partridge berries and hemp seed butter. After breakfast, I headed up to the 4th floor rooftop. With its Nordic-inspired architectural design, the Fogo Island Inn wouldn't be complete without a taste of sauna culture. There's a relaxation space with a fireplace, 2 wood-fired saunas, and 2 outdoor hot tubs. I reserved the sauna ahead of time at the front desk and it was all mine. The system is great because it allows for the saunas to be cleaned in between usage. The hot tubs are on a first come, first served basis and offer incredible views.
Now we're going for a really unique experience at the Fogo Island Inn. We're meeting our adventure guide Lori in the lobby and going for a guided hike and a foraging workshop. So we're actually going to go out, forage some things from around the island, come back and make tea out of it. I really can't wait.
Fogo Island Inn's adventure guide Lori led our small group on a foraging hike from the hotel along the waterfront. It's amazing to see how many plants grow wild and free in this subarctic climate. Lori stopped to show us all these miniature plants that I otherwise wouldn't have noticed. We also learned about their uses and why the plants might be foraged. There are 34 different berries that grow on the island. While we weren't staying on Fogo during berry season, we still managed to find partridge berries and low bush cranberries. There's wild lovage growing with a taste reminiscent of parsley. Labrador tea grows in abundance, a green leafy plant with an orange underside. Sweet gale is similar to pepper. Lori gathered many foraged ingredients along the way and combined them with some others that she had dried from other seasons like wild roses and blueberries. She brewed a fragrant and flavorful tea for us to sample. We also had the chance to combine dried ingredients to make a tea blend of our own. In the afternoon, we took a tour with one of Fogo Island's community hosts. These are local members of the community willing to take hotel guests on a tour of their favorite places and ones that hold personal meaning to them. Our community host Aubrey took us on a tour of the community of Tilting. Aubrey took us to Foleys Shed, a local hangout where the owners host shed parties. There's so much history within these walls and so many memories. There's memorabilia covering every square inch of surface on the walls and the ceilings. We learned that despite growing up in the town of Fogo, that he had not visited Tilting till he was in his 20s. Tilting didn't have roads until the 1960s, making it an isolated destination with a preserved Irish culture for centuries. The Irish Times has even dubbed Fogo as the most Irish island in the world. We also went to see Squish Studio. This is one of 4 unique studios around the island that are part of Shorefast, the social enterprise behind Fogo Island Inn and Fogo Island Arts. The studios are part of a residency for artists, designers, filmmakers, writers, musicians, and more. Speaking of art, back at the Fogo Island Inn, there's a small art studio that you can visit anytime. It showcases the works of artists who have embarked on residencies through Fogo Island Arts. There's also a library on the 2nd floor with bookshelves upon bookshelves. There are fiction and nonfiction books about Fogo Island, Newfoundland, and Canada. In partnership with the National Film Board of Canada, the cinema at the Fogo Island Inn has a state-of-the-art digital projection and sound system. It seats 37 people and it's the very first cinema on the island. This evening we had a special dining experience at the Shed. They regularly host seafood boil-ups for a communal dining experience where everyone dines at one long table. I had my own bread and butter as well as my own asparagus dish and special salads. They transformed a traditional Newfoundland cod dish into a plant-based one using celery root and a nutritional yeast sauce. That evening, we enjoyed a gorgeous sunset that only got better as the evening went on. And the following morning, I was treated to the most brilliant sunrise. It was totally worth waking up at 4 a.m. for this. A daybreak basket was waiting at my door upon my return, and then I had a yummy breakfast with a tofu scramble, plant-based sausage, and bacon. This was my day of departure, but I had time for one last adventure.
I'm here at the Brimstone Head hike. This rock behind me is a volcanic rock that's about 420 million years old. And this area is actually named as one of the 4 corners of the earth by the Flat Earth Society. So take with that what you will. I'm really excited for this hike. It's supposed to be absolutely stunning from up there.
Okay, so even though we're all well aware that the Earth is indeed round, it really does feel like you're standing at the edge of the planet. Hike on a well-marked path towards the top of this 420 million year old rocky ridge. Towards the end of the hike, there's a wooden staircase leading to a platform that offers panoramic views. It's not a long hike that won't take much time to do, only 2 kilometers round trip, so be sure to fit this one into your schedule. So, how do I feel changed by Fogo Island and the Fogo Island Inn? Looking back to my time there, I strive to appreciate my moments with more intention. Just as I crouched down to inspect the miniature leaves of a subarctic plant growing wild and free on Fogo, I'm moved to acknowledge the once overlooked nuances of what's seemingly ordinary. Fogo has encouraged me to embrace slowing down. More than ever, I strive to live as sustainably as possible. If the residents of a remote island can carefully source local ingredients in an effort to maintain an eco-conscious and zero-waste lifestyle, why can't I? Thank you so much to the Fogo Islanders and those at the Fogo Island Inn for the lasting memories.